Hello! Today I'll be talking about Lairon, the first steel rock-type evolution, being the evolution of Aron, who evolves at level 32. Its previous BYC dates are December 27th, 1996, October 18th, 1999, August 8th, 2002, May 29th, 2005, March 19th, 2008, January 8th, 2011, October 29th, 2013, August 19th, 2016, June 10th, 2019, and March 31st, 2022. I like how Lairon progresses Aron's design, while also setting up elements of Aggron's design. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we're talking about Lairon, the Iron Armor Pokemon, whose number is 0305. This is what it looks like. Its type is Steel Rock, abilities Sturdy or Rockhead, heavy metals its in ability, gender ratios 50-50, catch rate is 90 or 20.1%. Breeding is a group monster, hatch time 35 cycles, height is 2 foot 11 or 0.9 meters, weight is 264.6 pounds or 120 kilograms. Basic experience yield is 152 in Gen 3 through 4 and 151 in 5+. Leveling rate is slow, yields 2 in defense. Shape is that, footprint is that, Pokedex color is gray, and base friendship is 35. Lairon is a dual-type Steel/Rock Pokemon introduced in Gen 3. It evolves from Aron, starting at level 32, and evolves into Aggron, starting at level 42. Biology: Lairon is a stocky, armored Pokemon with 4 short legs. Its body is dark gray and its eyes are sky blue. Its back is covered with segments of iron armor, each with a high ridge and round dark holes on the sides. The sides of its lower jaw have several flat protrusions, and 2 teeth are visible in its mouth. There are 2 pronged metal bands on its legs. The upper band is gray, and the lower is silver. Lairon smashes its steely body against others when battling over territory and shows off its strength with the size of sparks it creates by ramming into rocks. Close inspection of Lairon has revealed scratches and dents left on the armor from its conflicts. It drinks nutritious mineral spring water and feeds on iron contained in rocks. However, it has gotten into conflicts with humans over these territories in the past. It builds its nest on mountains where iron ore is buried, which results in it clashing with humans that are iron mining or other Lairon. As mentioned in Pokemon Sleep, Lairon sometimes falls asleep while eating iron ore. The reason is due to Lairon having strong desire to win in future territorial disputes. Evolution: Lairon evolved from Aron and evolved into Aggron, so Aron, Lairon, Aggron. Game data, NPC appearances, Pokemon Pinball, Ruby and Sapphire. The Evo mode banner features a Lairon. Pokedex entries: in Gen 3 in Ruby, Lairon tempers its steel body by drinking highly nutritious mineral spring water until it is bloated. This Pokemon makes its nest close to springs of delicious water. Sapphire: Lairon feeds on iron contained in rocks and water. It makes its nest on mountains where iron ore is buried. As a result, the Pokemon often clashes with humans mining the iron ore. Emerald: when 2 Lairon meet in the wild, they fight for territory by bashing into each other with their steel bodies. The sound of their collision carries for miles. Fire Red and Leaf Green: it habitually shows off its strength with the size of sparks it creates by ramming its steel body into boulders. In Gen 4, Diamond Pearl Platinum, for food, it digs up iron ore. It smashes its steely body against others to fight over territory. Heart Gold and Soul Silver: it loves iron ore. Groups of them fight for territory by bashing one another with their steel bodies. In Gen 5, Black and White is Diamond Pearl Platinums, Black 2 and White 2. Lairon fight over territory, and when their steel bodies collide, sparks fly. In Gen 6, X is Heart Gold and Soul Silver's entry, and Y is Fire Red and Leaf Green's entry. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, basically Ruby and Sapphire, but Lairon and Pokemon are now the correct casing. In Gen 8, Sword: Lairon live in mountains brimming with spring water and iron ore, so these Pokemon often came into conflict with humans in the past. Shield: during territorial disputes, Lairon fight by slamming into each other. Close inspection of their steel armor reveals scratches and dents. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are their Diamond and Pearl counterpart. Game locations: side game locations: in Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black 2, White 2, X, Y, Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire, you get the Hearthstone 5% of the time. Sword and Shield, you get the Hearthstone 5% of the time with the expansion pass. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, you get the Hearthstone 5% of the time. Stats: base stats, HP 60, attack 90, defense 140, special attack and special defense 50, speed 40 for a total of 430. Pokeathlon stats: type effectiveness, damage normally by Ghost, Steel, Fire, Grass, Electric, and Dark. Weak to fighting and ground for 4, and water for 2. Immune to poison, resistant to normal and flying for a 4th, and rock, bug, psychic, ice, dragon, and fairy for half. Notes: if this Pokemon is given a ring target, the effectiveness of poison type moves is half, so it would go from 0 to half. Prior to Gen 6, the effectiveness of dark type moves and ghost type moves was half, so they both went from half to 1. Learn set by leveling up. We'll start with 35 Metal Sound here, so 35 Metal Sound. 40 Takedown, 46 Automatize, 52 Iron Tail, 58 Iron Defense, 64 Heavy Slam, 70 Double Edge, and 76 Metal Burst. By TM/GR we're skipping for both games. By breeding we're skipping for both games. By tutoring in Sword and Shield you get Steel Beam, and in the expansion pass of Sword and Shield you get Steel Roller. Nothing by prior evolution. By transfer from another generation. 3 through 7, you get Aerial Ace. 4, you get Ancient Power and Captivate. Captivate doesn't work anymore. 6 and 7, you get Confide. 5 and 6, you get Cut. 3, you get Defense Curl. 3 through 7, you get Double Team and Frustration. Frustration doesn't work anymore. 3 and 4, you get Fury Cutter. 3 through 7, you get Hidden Power. That doesn't work anymore. 5 and 6, you get Hone Claws. 4 through 7, you get Magnet Rise. 3, you get Mimic. 4, you get Natural Gift. That doesn't work anymore. 3 through 7, you get Return. That doesn't work anymore. 4 through 7, you get Rock Polish. 5 and 6, you get Rock Smash. 3 and 4, you get Rollout. 3, 4, and 6, you get Secret Power. That doesn't work anymore. 3, 4, 6, and 7, you get Shockwave. 3 through 7, you get Smelling Salts. That doesn't work anymore. 4 through 7, you get Spite. 5 and 6, you get Strength. 3 through 7, you get Swagger and Toxic. And 3, 4, 6, and 7, you get Water Pulse. TCG only moves, you get Magnitude on this card. Side game data, you got all this. Pokemon Ranger, Shadows of Olmi in the browser entry. It frames with its Iron Head to attack. Guardian Signs, it launches an Iron Ball to attack. Got all this. Okay. In Pokemon Sleep,
Lairon smashes its steely body against others to fight over territory.
it crushes and eats iron ore with its huge jaws. When a Lairon loses a territorial dispute, it wishes so strongly to win the next time that it sometimes falls asleep in the middle of devouring some iron ore. Flattened Sleep, Sturdy Sleep, Iron-Eating Sleep, and a Top Belly Sleep. Evolution data, Aron, level 32 Lairon, level 42 Aggron. Sprites here, so a little different, but more or less the same. The eyes, I think, are the big difference, and the mouth is, like, red, and the shiny, you got the weird green and the weird, whatever that color is, and then that's, yeah, and the eyes are orange, yeah. In Gen 4, they changed the eyes to be more the slit eyes rather than that sort of circular pupil, slit pupil. Not really much else. These little bumps changed to kind of more bands like that, like shackles, I guess. The detail on the lines also changes. Gen 5, I think the mouth kind of becomes that kind of pink color. Probably a bunch of colors changes a bunch. Yeah, like this becomes more white, or whiter anyway. Maybe a little bit change of colors here as well. I guess the pupils become, I don't know, they become a little bit different, I think. And then in Gen 6, you get these kind of eyes, and you get the full models, and then, yeah, you get the models, and I don't know if I said it, but full back sprites in Gen 5. Colors change a little bit. Yeah. Very interesting. I mean, maybe it's just because I'm so used to it with its mouth open, with its mouth closed, it just looks really weird, but I don't know, it doesn't look like maybe the best. I mean, the holes are weird on its head, because they're not like small to large, they're like small, large, small, which is interesting. Not much changes there. And then you got these models that do go from, well, they also kind of keep the small, large, small, or large, small, medium, maybe. It's very interesting. In animation, Lairon and Pokemon the series, XY. Yep. Pokedex entries. I already recorded this first one for the anime section, so we'll let Ash's Pokedex read it.
Lairon, the Iron Armor Pokemon. Lairon is the evolved form of Aron. By drinking nutrient-rich spring water, it strengthens its steel body.
In Diamond and Pearl, episode 128, in Dawn's Pokedex.
Lairon, the Iron Armor Pokemon. It digs up iron ore for food and smashes its steely body up against others in battle over territory.
In the manga, Lairon in Pokemon Adventures, I guess the big one is Rono. Okay, got that. The TCG and the TFG. Trivia. There seems to be no trivia points, so we'll go on to Origin. Lairon may be based on the Bulbapedia, a monster that eats iron in Korean legend. Its draconic appearance may have been inspired by how it appears in the film adaptation of the legend. Lairon also has a similar body shape to the Placerius, a mammal-like synapsid from the Triassic period. As its Pokemon category suggests, its appearance may also be inspired by plate armors. Name origin, Lairon may be a combination of Larry, slang for aggressive, or lair and iron. Kodora may be a combination of Kodo, mining tunnel, coal, small, and dragon. In other languages, related articles, external links, let's move on. Now let's watch Lairon's first scene in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime section of the video. Today we are watching episode 351, A Fan with a Plan. In this episode, Ash Ketchum, the main character, and traveling companions Brock, May, and Max, as well as his faithful Pokemon Pikachu, have come to Rubello Town, where they have met the Mothers for Pokemon, a sort of Pokemon fan club for the Pokemon contests made up of the local mothers. And Savannah was gonna show off her Pokemon to them. Yes. Savannah.
I'd like you to meet my
Brock,
Pokemon, Lairon
Max,
and Flareon.
Cool. Wow, they're really beautiful. Lairon, the Iron Armor Pokemon. Lairon is the evolved form of Aron. By drinking nutrient-rich spring water, it strengthens its steel body. Flareon, the Flame Pokemon. Flareon is the evolved form of Eevee. The air it inhales is a...
That seems to be Lairon's first scene in the anime, so let's move on. Now let's see why other people love Lairon. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Lairon. This is Lairon Sleeping by Fester's Funhouse fan. Not really though, it's just, I think this is the official image used in like Pokemon Sleep or I mean, imagine it might even just be the one from Bulbapedia. It's just the sleeping one with the rocks. At least I think it is. I don't think it's a fan art version of it or anything. Then we've got Lairon and Bastiodon by Ebotizer. Again, not really, because it's just the two official arts from these two kind of put together. A very interesting comparison between the two. You know, they're both armor Pokemon, kind of loosely based on dinosaurs, I guess. So that's kind of cool to see them together. Then we've got 305 Lairon by Aingo. So this cool sort of human version of Lairon here. It's kind of what they do is they go through the Pokemon and sort of make human versions and other franchises as well. It makes them sort of more human-like. Yeah, very clever design here. This is PMDS M5.1, Just a Bit Chilly by Enigma Doodle. So this cool image of I think a shiny Cacnea riding a Lairon here through the snow, I guess. It's wearing like goggles or something to protect itself. Yeah, very interesting. I don't really know what this is supposed to be like a reference to, but it's still pretty cool. This doesn't contain a Lairon, or at least not the Lairon we're talking about. So let's move on. Next to everyone who submitted fan art. I'll be streaming tonight at 9 p.m. CDT Central Daylight Time, where I'll be trying to evolve Aaron into Lairon. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Aggron. As always, this is my proper outfit, and you'll see me tomorrow.